Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your March 2017 Tarotscope. This is probably like the 6th or 7th time I've tried to record this video in the past few days. So I'm hoping that this is gonna be an okay video and not gonna be too many distractions. So, I am back to using the traditional Rider-Waite deck alongside a single card from the Rune deck and the Sacred Path deck, which, if you saw last month's reading, you are already familiar with these two cards. But what I'm going to introduce this month is I will be reading an excerpt from the books for both of these cards, just so you can get the by-the-book definition for the cards alongside my intuitive impressions and whatnot. So, getting right along, it kind of came up in your love reading, and I think in your reading last month, I can't quite remember, but a leaving behind of a partnership or a relationship of some sort. Could also be leaving behind a job. It doesn't necessarily have to be a partnership or a relationship, though a job would kind of be considered a partnership. Anyway, what I'm getting at is that it seems like you are kind of nearing the end of the process of clearing away your ties to whatever it is that you've left behind, whatever it is that you're walking away from. If you haven't already walked away from something, if you've been contemplating leaving a job or leaving a relationship, or relocating, moving somewhere, it kind of seems like you're putting in a lot of effort to get it done. A lot of work is being done, but you're nearing the completion. This is a 10. This is the end of the cycle. And of course that denotes new beginnings, which kind of comes into your rune card, which is number 8, fertility. I think it's Othila, I think. I'm going to read from the book real quick because it's perfect for this. Ingus, I was totally wrong. A butterfly emerges, still moist from the cocoon. This is how new life comes, softly, secretly, among the green shoots. And I dropped the card. This rune is akin to the moon, the intuitive part of our nature, with its urge towards harmonizing and adjusting in the sphere of personal relationships. Fertility embodies the need to share, the yearning to be desired, and a search after similarities. The completion of beginnings is what Ingus requires. It may mark a time of joyous deliverance, of new life, a new path. A rune of great power, drawing it means that you now have the strength to achieve completion, resolution, from which comes a new beginning. Above all, completion is crucial here. Going back to the 10 of Wands here, that's bringing a project to a close. That's bringing some sort of objective that you've had and that you've been working towards to its finality, to its completion, and making sure that there's no loose ends, that everything's tied up and finished. If you're going through a divorce, making sure that all the paperwork has been done, all the little legal things that come with that. I'm not versed in that, but whatever that may be, make sure that everything is accounted for, everything is just done so you can move on, so you can get on with your life. If you're leaving a job, obviously make sure all the paperwork is done. Make sure that you put your notice in. Make sure that you know what you need to do. Just bring it to a close. Bring it to an end. Because moving forward in the future position, you have the World card reversed, and what that's saying to me is a warning for. That's a warning for the outcome that will come to fruition if you don't tie up those loose ends, if you don't bring your projects or bring your paperwork up to par, if you don't finish what you need to be doing. The fact that it's still here, it's right next to the Devil card, and this is, feeling trapped, feeling bound, or like there's a ball and chain around your ankle, so to speak. And if you don't get those legal matters sorted out, if you don't get those boundaries set in place in a relationship, if you're not leaving a relationship and you're just, ending a season in the relationship, a season of turmoil, of conflict, or whatever it may be, this is feeling like you're still limited, like you don't have anywhere to go, you don't have a fresh new life that is welcoming you, you don't feel like you have opportunities to pursue a life that is fulfilling to you. And that's if you don't bring whatever these projects are to a close, whatever these whatever it is that needs finality, if you get it done as soon as possible, so that way you can start to embrace this childlike energy that's starting to come up within you. This is something that we typically see when we have reached the end of a cycle and we're about to start a new cycle, where we've maybe we've graduated from college or high school, we've quit our job, we've moved somewhere completely new. That's that fresh excitement that comes from that experience. That's being able to interact with life without feeling tied down, or without feeling like you have baggage, without feeling like you have expectations or obligations to uphold. So, that's obviously very good. That's very there's a lot of potential there, and that's something that came up in one of the readings that I tried doing for you yesterday, Cancer, and that was potential. There was a lot of fertile energy, a lot of potential, and a lot of I remember strength. So it was you coming to terms with your power separate from outside influences, separate from your relationship, separate from your job, separate from all those things. It was you coming into realizing what it is that makes you happy, what it is that makes you tick, and how you can go about molding your life around your passion, essentially, around your childlike love for life. Because in everyone's life there's a little slice of the things that we do in our lives that brings us inner fulfillment, that we love to do, that we're passionate about, and that makes us excited to get up in the morning. Find that slice and expand it so that it takes up the whole pie, so to speak. Because then you'll definitely be more emotionally equipped and, perhaps materially, financially equipped to deal with, the struggles of life, because you'll be in a heart-centered place. You'll be living your truth. You'll be living a life that you want to live. And so you will be willing to fight to sustain that, I guess. In the past position, you have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And what I'm feeling that this is somebody else, not you. Somebody that maybe you shared a financial affinity with, maybe a coworker. It could also be, whatever situation it is that you're walking away from, this is the embodiment, I feel. And if it's a person, I feel like it was somebody that was very practical, very analytical, very down-to-earth, and very business-minded, very driven towards financial success. There's a mine up there that I never noticed. I'm out in the desert, by the way. Anyway, so this could be somebody that's an earth sign, so a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn, and that's in the past position. And the fact that he's reversed is like you're walking away from that. He's turned away from you in the reading. So he's leaving. He's on departure. He's on his way out. And I don't know. I don't really know why this is coming up, but in the center of the reading, you have the Nine of Cups reversed. And what this feels like to me is that you have all these wonderful potential ideas. You have all these perhaps abilities or skills that you haven't really been utilizing. You haven't really been maybe counting your blessings. I kind of liken it to like the image in my head, seeing like somebody who maybe loved to paint when they were younger, and then they got a job and they stuck with that job for the majority of their life, and they stopped painting, and then 40, 50 years later they're having a midlife crisis, they lose their job, and they're like, what am I supposed to do? I have to go get another job. Or they're also being confronted with the choice to pursue what it is that they love to do, and that was painting. Taking that back up, so to speak. Obviously that's not literal, and it's anyway. In your hopes and fears position, you do have the Three of Pentacles reversed. And again, this is feeling like you might have some insecurities about being inadequate with your craft. Say that this person was taking up painting again after their midlife crisis or whatever, and they're insecure about their paintings because they haven't painted in such a long time that they feel like they've lost their touch. They're rusty. You don't use it, you lose it. So they're worried about how it will be received and if it will even yield any sort of material stability for them in the form of income or whatnot. This could also be being afraid of getting a bad, what's the word? A bad reputation at work. Maybe feeling like you might make a mistake. You're being hyper aware of your actions and your moves at work, and feeling like you have to do something perfectly or else everything is going to go to crap. And obviously your hope is the opposite of that. It's being appreciated for the work that you do. It's putting really good work in and feeling really good about it, and knowing that you're skilled in what you do. You're skilled in your craft, and you have something to offer the workplace. Even if that's not necessarily a traditional job, the workplace can also be your house if you work from your house, At the crown of your reading, you do have the Nine of Wands. I'm running out of time already. And this is feeling guarded, feeling not embracing the openness to a new life, not embracing the openness to a new beginning, or expecting the worst rather than just taking the risk regardless and, potentially getting some really awesome opportunities along the way. So the lesson there is obviously try to open yourself up a little bit more, take some risks, and have fun with it. Life is not here to drive us crazy with seriousness. It's here for us to learn and to grow and to expand and to have fun and enjoy ourselves. Also to learn and obviously take certain things seriously because that's life. But we're not here to take all of life completely seriously. I don't know if that made sense. At the bottom, the root of the matter, you have the Three of Cups, and this is taking the time to go out with your friends, taking the time to surround yourself with people who make you feel good about yourself and who you make them feel good about themselves, and it's just like a mutually supportive situation. And I'm going to start reading from the Sacred Path deck before I run out of time because we're getting close. This is 27, Cradle Board, Ability to Respond. And I'm not sure if you got this last month or not, but I feel like you did. The attributes to this card are acting on feelings or personal truth, responding to your own talents or abilities, acknowledging opportunity, answering the call of the here and now, being fully present, understanding the situation and taking your role in it. And the challenges are letting others respond for you, feeling apathy, refusing to take charge, doing nothing, ignoring your talents, responding too late or not at all because of doubt. And again, this is doubt. This is doubt. So, take charge of your life and stop sitting around waiting for it to change for you. That's something that so many people find so easy. I mean, I'm guilty of it too. Sitting around waiting for something to happen rather than, fully investing in life, fully interacting with life and making it happen for yourself. If you want something, go after it. Do it. If you want to do something, do it. Obviously, don't hurt anybody. Don't hurt yourself either, okay? That's all for now, I think. I'm about to run out of time, but I wish you all the best, Cancer, and thank you so much for your encouragement and for your positive words and for your stories. I love hearing your stories, and I appreciate and love every one of you, okay? Thank you so much, Cancer. Take care.